Upper Mississippi River Basin is 190,000 square miles. It enters into more than 5 states. Most of it's in 5 states. The task was big. From the very beginning, they knew that they were taking on something daunting.
The Mississippi River is the lifeline of our nation. Each of us has a responsibility within that broad watershed.
Agricultural production and conservation seems to be at opposite ends of the spectrums.
I really feel the value of the Fishers and Farmers program as giving us tools to build a platform for this to happen.
There's a real need for fish habitat in the Upper Mississippi River Basin, not just the main stem Mississippi River, but also up into the tributaries, up into the watersheds.
I come from a scientific background. Went to college, learned all the biologies, but at the end of the day, it's the people that make the difference.
Instead of looking at conservation from our perspective, let's back up and think about landowners. What is it that they want and they need?
Fishers and Farmers is working with farmers and landowners and break down those silos. They're community projects, not just fish projects.
Collaborating is a huge piece of it. We may come at it from different angles, different perspectives, but ultimately the result that we want is we want healthier soils and cleaner water.
I'm a steering committee member, retired, from the Fishers and Farmers Partnership.
I came to work with Fishers and Farmers in 2007.
I've been the coordinator of Fishers and Farmers Partnership since 2010.
I'm the Land Conservation Program Director at Friends of the Mississippi River.
I am the Executive Director and also a co-founder of the Hmong American Farmers Association, also known as HAFA.
I'm a trout stream habitat specialist for the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources.
I am a professor of chemistry and environmental studies.
I farm with my father. We run about 650 acres of corn and soybeans.
I'm the Executive Director of Clean River Partners.
I currently work for the Nature Conservancy.
Water Resources Director for the Wetlands Initiative.
I was the Fisheries Management Biologist with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources.
I work for the Nature Conservancy in Iowa.
We farm 690 acres. I lead the group of Dodge County Farmers Healthy Soil Group and also the Fields of Sinsinawa Group.
I work with the Missouri Department of Conservation.
I grew up on a family farm, which we're now in the 5th generation.
I'm a research assistant professor at University of Missouri within the School of Natural Resources.
I'm the Executive Director of Valley Stewardship Network.
I grew up on a dairy farm right behind the Westby Ski Jump.
I'm a stream and river systems biologist with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources.
Organizing Secretary of the Joe Davis County Soil and Water Health Coalition.
My involvement has been broad through row crop and cattle.
My family and I have an organic dairy farm.
Here on my 60-cow organic dairy farm.
It took me 3 years to build relationships enough where we could start that process. And so I think that's key.
Bringing people out of the myth of the separation that exists in the world today and back into connection. And the way we do that is through creating spaces where people can be in dialogue around things they care about.
The Boone River watershed in north central Iowa is home to a federally endangered fish called the Topeka shiner. And this is one of the last remaining homes of that fish. We had not seen Topeka shiner in it for over 30 years. And sure enough, about 10 years after we restored it, we found the fish back here.
What we do on the land for farming, producing, pasturing affects streams and rivers, therefore it affects fish. Fish are bioindicators. If I see something wrong in a stream or a river, I can detect there's an issue with the fish. We've got to look upstream and figure out what might be the impact.
Rock Creek is also home to some really unique and rare Iowa species like the American brook lamprey. By improving fish passage at this site, we're really opening up Rock Creek to all the species, especially those that are migratory and need to access Rock Creek for activities like spawning.
It's a native brook trout stream. The fish here are small, they're hard to catch, but they're beautiful. Fishing in these streams has never been better.
The streams are, in general, doing great, and a lot of it has to do with what the farmers are doing.
Now, we can use scientific data all day long to say this is working. And we can use scientific data and test the water and test the soil health and get a bunch of data and say these are good practices. But when I go out and I just look for wormholes, I can tell you whether the soil is healthy or not.
It's tangible, long-lasting results that I can look back on a map and look on Google Earth and see that the wetlands that I've restored across Iowa are still there and still serving these multiple benefits for wildlife and people.
Almost 20 years later, and you can look back and say that was a great project then, and it's still a great project today. It's intact. Fishers are the people that fish and use the resources. Anglers, canoeists, bird watchers. The farmers is stating the obvious, people that raise crops, animals for food, things of that nature. It's the only partnership that is dual purpose, fishers and farmers.
Fishers and Farmers is just a group of people, both on the fisheries aspect of it. The farmers are also, the producers, and it's really important for both of those groups to come together because I think we're all working towards a common goal.
If I could use one word to describe Fishers and Farmers, it's listening. Every single thing that happens with Fishers and Farmers is about respectful listening and giving space and then acting on that in the best way you can.
Fishers and Farmers is a grassroots effort in bringing locally led partners together to work on fish habitat.
We're very unique in that this partnership is working with local landowners, and it's one of the only partnerships that does that.
I've been with Fishers and Farmers Partnership now for 2 years, and this is my first workshop I've attended with this organization. And while it seems like an organization or a partnership, I look at it as an avenue. It's an avenue for the agricultural community, farmer-led coalitions, and then also the conservation or natural resource associations to be able to get together to not only talk with each other, listen, and learn, but come together to look at common goals and missions and objectives and do obtain those within the Upper Mississippi River watershed.
I have 2 grandchildren, one age 3, one just over 2 months. And we've created a mess, and we don't get to leave it. There are things that we can do to leave them with a sustainable future. That's why I'm doing this.
I farm with my wife Cody and a 16-month-old daughter Kate. Having a little bit of an alternative land ethic was something that was really instilled in me.
For those of you who don't or haven't had the opportunity to experience family farming, it's something that is ingrained very deeply in our culture. It kind of embraces a love that we have for agriculture, and it grows from generation to generation.
It's a generational farm, so I think it's something to be proud of. You can buy all the farm ground you want, but there's something special about what was in the family to start with.
We are sitting on land that I am the 3rd generation of Lake Bolles running it, and we've got a deep-seated relationship with this plot of land and with the creek that runs through it.
I said to him, we were out in a field looking at cover crops and looking at the cereal rye in the spring, and I said, why do we do this, Bob? And he goes, so there'll be some soil left when I want to farm. So here we are today, and he's farming with me.
I'd like to say that this is the most meaningful work I've ever done. It is such an honor to be engaged with people who care so much.
We as Fisher people really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Our vision is to have these commonplace throughout the Midwest row crop environment, no different than grass waterways or cover crops. We would like to see these throughout the Midwest.
The fact that it came out of a common worry and developed into a common group, and that common group just kind of propels itself in the future so that those after us have a clean, safe, and stable environment to live in.
It's very important to all the family. And I want them to know what we put in it and what my parents put into it.
A century later, you can say, yeah, the National Fish Habitat Partnerships actually did turn out to be a good thing because people understood what they're doing then, and now we can look at our fisheries and our waterways and our farming practices and feel confident that it was the right thing to do.
It's a group that is making an impact. They're really accomplishing the things I was dreaming that we could do.